Hello there. I'm so glad you found your way here to this quiet little corner of the night where the world softens and time seems to breathe slower. Baby today has been long filled with voices, movement, and thoughts that refuse to rest. But now, everything can pause. You don't have to do anything or fix anything or reach anywhere. You've already arrived. Take a slow, gentle breath in and let it go. Feel the air move through you calm and steady, like waves folding softly against the shore. Let the body loosen, the shoulders sink, the eyes grow heavy. The world outside can wait. This is your time to rest, to listen, to simply be. Tonight we'll drift together through one of the quietest and most haunting questions in all of science. Is the universe already ending? But don't worry, we're not here for fear or urgency. We're here for wonder, for that calm, endless kind of curiosity that doesn't need quick answers. Because to understand the end, we must first return to the beginning, the place where everything started softly, silently from nothing at all. Close your eyes if you wish, and imagine the universe before it existed. No stars, no galaxies, no light. Just stillness, just the quiet before being. And then from that deep silence came expansion. Not an explosion, but a blooming of space itself, smooth and endless. Time began to flow. Light began to move. The first atoms formed, and darkness began to glow. Every particle, every breath, every heartbeat you carry traces back to that first unfolding. You are not apart from it, you are made of it. The hydrogen in your lungs, the calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, all born from that first shimmering instant. You are quite literally the continuation of the beginning. So breathe again slowly. The same laws that shape the galaxies are guiding your breath now. Outside, the universe still expands, galaxies drifting farther apart, light stretching thinner across the dark. But here, within this small human stillness, everything feels suspended. The same expansion that moves the stars also moves through you quietly, without effort, without end. And maybe that's the beauty of it. The universe doesn't rush, and neither should you. It unfolds gently, moment by moment, in perfect rhythm with your calm. So as you lie here between your heartbeat and the stars, remember, the story of everything is not distant. It lives within you. You are the echo of the first light, still glowing softly across time. Let yourself drift. Let the thought dissolve. The night holds you. The universe hums around you. And everything that ever was, from the birth of light to this quiet breath, continues here now in you. This is how every story begins, not with noise or urgency, but with stillness, with peace, with a quiet beginning that never truly ends. Before there was time, before there was sound, before there was even darkness, there was nothing. Not the quiet kind of nothing you might imagine, but something deeper. A stillness without space, a silence without shape, no up or down, no before or after. Just the calm waiting of potential untouched and eternal. If you could drift there, you would feel no edges and no motion, only the soft weightlessness of what had not yet begun. And then, in less than a heartbeat, everything changed. In a moment, briefer than thought existence unfolded. Energy surged into being, vast beyond measure, flooding the silence that had reigned forever. Not as a sound, not as a flash, but as pure becoming. The universe didn't appear inside something, it created the very space in which inside could exist. Time too began not ticking, but breathing for the first time. The first second, the first rhythm, the first pulse of everything. If you listen closely, perhaps you can feel it still, that first quiet breath of the cosmos expanding outward in all directions at once. A bloom of light that would one day become stars, oceans, and life itself. From nothing came energy. From energy, matter. And from matter, the beginning of everything we now know. Every galaxy, every grain of dust, every atom in your body, all of it began there in that first infinitesimal instant of creation. But it wasn't chaos. It was a kind of serene order hidden within the storm of birth. As the newborn universe stretched, it cooled, softening the intensity of its first light. Energy settled into patterns, into possibilities. It was the first whisper of structure, the first hint that out of emptiness could come harmony. Imagine the glow, not bright and blinding, but gentle and golden, filling all that would ever be. 13.8 billion years later, that light still travels. It has stretched and faded into a soft background hum, the faint cosmic echo we now call the microwave background. It's everywhere, even around you, now passing through the walls, through the air, through the atoms of your skin. You are bathed in the quiet afterglow of creation. The first light never disappeared, it simply learned to rest. Take a slow breath and let that thought settle in. You are surrounded by the memory of the universe's birth. Every breath you take carries ancient photons that have traveled across eternity. You are quite literally breathing the remnants of the beginning. What once filled the entire universe with radiant fire now lingers here, silent, invisible, gentle as air. The story of the Big Bang isn't one of explosion or violence. It's the story of unfolding, of expansion, so smooth and steady that space itself grew like a calm wave spreading across still water. The universe didn't burst into being. It opened quietly, like dawn breaking, after a night that never was. There was no center, no edge. Every direction was outward, every particle moving away, not through space, but with it. And in that expansion, the seeds of everything took root. Hydrogen, the simplest and most abundant element, filled the young cosmos, pure, patient, waiting to ignite. From it, stars would be born. From those stars, heavier elements. And from those elements, eventually us. But in this chapter of the story, there are no stars yet, no galaxies, only a vast glowing mist, peaceful and unhurried, drifting into form. Imagine it, an infinite ocean of soft light spreading endlessly. No noise, no boundaries, only warmth and motion, steady and eternal. That was the universe, long before it cooled enough for the first stars to shine. Just a sea of energy dreaming itself into being. Even now that dream continues. Every breath, every heartbeat, every flicker of thought, all of it echoes that first act of becoming. The same physics that shaped the stars is shaping you right now in this quiet moment. You are made of that same expansion, that same gentle unfolding of energy into form. The story of the cosmos is the story of your body, your breath, your existence. So as you lie here listening, let yourself drift back to that beginning. Feel the vastness of nothing turning softly into something. There's no hurry. The universe took its time, and so can you. The same calm that filled the newborn cosmos fills you now. You are made of its stillness, its warmth, its quiet. Let the thoughts settle deep within you. Everything you see, everything, you are once rested in silence. And that silence was not emptiness. It was the waiting cradle all that would ever exist. The night outside your window, the light inside your heart, the atoms in your breath, all of them began in that same instant when nothing became everything. Now, breathe softly and remember, the universe is still unfolding, still expanding, still breathing just as you are. Its first breath never ended. It simply slowed, softened, and found its rhythm in you. The beginning is not far away. It's here inside every moment, whispering quietly, reminding you that you are part of that first light, still shining, still becoming, still at peace. 380,000 years after the beginning, the universe finally took its first deep breath. The chaos of creation had quieted. The violent heat had softened. Space, once too hot, too wild for anything to hold together, began to cool. For the first time, particles slowed their frantic dance and joined hands to form atoms. Out of that calm came clarity. Out of that stillness, light was born. Until this moment, the universe had been wrapped in darkness. Not the kind of night we know, but a dense glowing fog where light existed but could not escape. Every photon collided endlessly with matter unable to travel freely. It was a universe full of light, yet nowhere for it to shine. But now, as atoms formed, that fog began to thin. The light, patient, ancient waiting was finally released. Imagine that moment, the first illumination ever to exist, spreading softly in every direction. It wasn't blinding or sudden. It was gentle, like the slow opening of dawn after an eternal night. That light still travels, even now stretched and cooled by billions of years of expansion, humming faintly across the universe. Scientists call it the cosmic microwave background, but you don't need to remember the name. All you need to know is that this light is still here, still surrounding you, still whispering its soft cosmic lullaby. If you could close your eyes and listen deeply enough, you might feel it, the faint echo of that first radiance brushing through the air around you. It moves through every wall, every cell, every breath you take. It has been traveling for almost 14 billion years, and tonight it passes through you as gently as a sigh. You are at this very moment touched by the oldest light in existence. Take a slow breath in and let it go. With each inhale, imagine drawing in that ancient glow, calm, endless, unbroken. It's not a story of fire, but of peace. The first light was not fierce, it was soft, even tender. It didn't roar into being. It drifted outward like a thought, quiet and eternal. Every beam that left in that moment has been traveling ever since, crossing the expanding fabric of space, carrying the memory of creation itself. When you look at the night sky, what you see is not just stars, but history light that began its journey long before life existed, long before Earth was born. Each tiny spark you see is a time traveler bringing you messages from the past. Some of that light began its voyage millions of years before the first tree, before the first ocean wave, before breath itself. It has crossed everything's silence, distance, and time to arrive here softly in your eyes. And that faint glow, that whisper of warmth still echoing across the universe, is the universe's first lullaby. It hums quietly in the background of existence, a reminder that even from the chaos of birth, calm can emerge. The universe was once filled with blinding energy, yet it learned to cool, to soften, to shine with grace instead of fury. Even the cosmos, vast and powerful, knows how to slow down. Think of that as you rest. The same laws that shape that ancient light shape you too. The atoms in your body, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, were once illuminated by that same glow. You are made of the universe's first light, condensed into thought and breath and warmth. You are quite literally a reflection of the earliest calm the cosmos ever knew. Now, imagine yourself floating within that light, weightless, endless quiet. You're not separate from it. You are part of the same, unfolding the same story that began when darkness first learned to shine. That gentle light moves through you still, a soft reminder that even in the quietest places, existence continues to glow. So as you lie here, listening to the silence between your breaths, know this: you are surrounded by the oldest comfort in the universe. A warmth that began before there were stars, before there were galaxies, before there was even time to count. The light that once filled all of space still fills you. It hums softly in your atoms, in your pulse, in your dreams. Let that thought cradle you. Let it lull you into stillness. The universe is not dark, not really. It's glowing quietly just beneath the surface, like a memory that never fades. That first light has never gone out. It simply became everything: the stars above, the warmth of your breath, the gentle rhythm of your heart. And as you drift towards sleep, let that light be your blanket. Feel its calmness, its patience, its eternal journey. The universe is still glowing, still singing its soft ancient song. And somewhere in that vast, endless hush, you are glowing too. After the first light faded, the universe grew quiet again, a calm, vast darkness stretching in every direction. For millions of years, there were no stars, no galaxies, only drifting clouds of hydrogen light, as breath patient as eternity. Space seemed empty, but within that stillness, gravity was at work, gentle, invisible, endlessly patient. It began to pull matter together, gathering scattered particles into soft glowing clusters. Slowly across the deep silence, the first stars were born. Imagine it, the darkness folding inward, then glowing from within, as if the universe itself exhaled light for the first time. Each star, a small sun, a delicate fire, ignited by the weight of its own gravity. They flickered to life, not in chaos, but in grace. Billions of small shimmering hearts scattered across the cosmic sea. The long night was over. The universe had found its rhythm of burning and breathing, a steady heartbeat of light. These first stars were enormous giants of pure hydrogen and helium. In their cores, unimaginable pressures squeezed atoms together, fusing them into heavier elements. It was here in these quiet furnaces of fire that the chemistry of everything began. Hydrogen became helium. Helium became carbon, carbon became oxygen. And from those transformations, the universe began to write its own poetry of matter. As these ancient stars burned, they glowed with fierce beauty, but nothing, not even a star, burns forever. When their fuel was spent, they collapsed under their own weight, exploding in magnificent silence, supernovas scattering their contents across the void. From their ashes came dust, and from that dust came the seeds of everything that would follow new stars, new worlds, and eventually us. Take a slow breath and remember, every atom in your body once belonged to a star. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the carbon in your skin, all forged in the hearts of stars that lived, burned and died long before the sun was born. You are not separate from the story of endings. You are made of them. You are the soft continuation of a universe that has been remaking itself gently for billions of years. Now picture the night sky above you, Each point of light you see is a star burning quietly in the vastness. Some are young and bright, others already fading. The light from them has travelled across time thousands, millions, sometimes billions of years to reach your eyes. What you see tonight is the past still shining. You are in this very moment looking at ghosts of stars, their final songs of light still crossing the darkness. There is something deeply comforting in that thought that endings do not vanish. They echo softly across the silence of time. The stars that died made way for the stars that now live, just as the universe itself continues to change, to evolve, to breathe. Even death, in the language of the cosmos, is a form of creation. Every ending gives shape to a new beginning. Every silence carries the vibration of what once was. If you listen closely, perhaps you can almost hear it, the hum of starlight still passing through the air around you, through the atoms that once glowed in distant suns. It's faint, but it's there, like a lullaby that never stopped playing. You are surrounded by their music, their memory, their quiet persistence. You are their continuation, the universe remembering itself through your breath. And maybe when you close your eyes, you can imagine drifting among them, floating through that early age of stars where the sky was brighter than day and space was filled with golden light. You would see stars forming in clouds of gas, spinning and glowing like lanterns suspended in endless night. You would feel their warmth, not harsh or searing, but gentle, wrapping around you like calm. The age of stars was and still is the great heartbeat of the cosmos. It is where chaos became beauty, where silence learned to sing. Every sparkle in the sky is a word in that ancient story, a reminder that even across the infinite light finds its way through darkness. So as you lie here, breathing softly, think of those stars. Think of their quiet patience, their long, slow lives. They do not hurry. They simply shine, transforming, releasing, giving. And when their time comes, they return everything they've made to the universe so that it may become something new. You are part of that same cycle. You are stardust shaped by time, carried by light, resting now between breaths. The universe has taken billions of years to arrive here in you, in this quiet moment. So let yourself drift. Let the thought of those stars settle gently inside you. Their light still burns softly across the dark, just as your own calm, your own warmth continues to shine in this infinite story of becoming. The universe, like a long breath released, has never stopped expanding. From the first moment of its birth, space itself has been stretching, slow, steady, patient, pulling galaxies gently apart as though the cosmos were exhaling forever. It's not the galaxies rushing through some invisible emptiness. It's the fabric of space between them, growing lengthened and soft as silk unfolding in the dark. Every second, every heartbeat, every quiet breath you take, the universe grows a little larger. Imagine it for a moment, all of existence expanding around you silently, endlessly. The galaxies are not flying through space. Like distant ships, they are being carried away by the current of space itself. A star in one galaxy drifts from another, not because it moves, but because the ocean of the cosmos stretches between them, making room for more distance, more night, more stillness. Even now, as you listen, this very space, the air around you, the atoms within you, is part of that same expansion. It's strange, isn't it, to think that the universe itself is growing, that every moment stretches the distance between galaxies, between stars, between the very points of light that once shared the same beginning. Yet this expansion doesn't feel like motion. It feels like calm, the slow unfolding of a great, endless horizon. From far away, galaxies seem still, but look closely and you'll see that all of space hums with quiet growth, a rhythm too vast and too gentle to feel. If you were to look out from our small galaxy, the Milky Way, you'd see the other spirals, clouds and clusters all drifting away in every direction. No matter where you stand, the story is the same. Each point in space watches everything else recede, as if the universe was stretching evenly from within itself. It's not chaos. It's not a storm. It's balanced expansion in perfect harmony, infinite and calm. For billions of years, this stretching has continued. From the birth of the first stars to the forming of galaxies, to the quiet now of this very moment, the universe has never once stopped growing. The distances are enormous numbers that no human mind can truly hold, yet the process itself is delicate, almost tender. Space doesn't tear or break, it drifts open. The galaxies are carried like petals on an invisible tide. Sometimes late at night, when you look up at the stars, you're not only seeing the light of distant suns, you're looking across time. The light you see tonight may have left its source millions or billions of years ago. It has crossed the ever-expanding universe to reach you stretched thinner and redder as space itself grew along its path. The farther away a galaxy is, the faster it seems to move, not because it races through the dark, but because the dark itself is expanding beneath it. Take a slow breath and let that thought settle softly. You are part of this same motion. The atoms in your body, the air around you, the floor beneath you, all are suspended in this grand expansion. It's happening everywhere, all at once, too gently to feel too vast to notice. But it's real. The cosmos is growing, and you are growing with it. And here, in this quiet realization, our question begins to stir. What happens if this expansion never stops? What if the universe continues to stretch endlessly forever? Will the galaxies drift so far apart that their light will never reach each other again? Will there come a night when the stars fade one by one, leaving only silence and distance? The answer for now remains a mystery wrapped in calm. Scientists call the unknown force behind this expansion dark energy, something unseen, something that fills the universe and pushes it outwards still. But no one knows what it truly is or why it exists. It's as if the cosmos itself carries within it a quiet desire to keep unfolding, to never stop breathing. There is something peaceful in that, don't you think? That even as everything drifts apart, there is no violence, no sound, only the graceful widening of space, the soft hum of time stretching onward. The universe doesn't rush, it simply expands gently, the way a thought might drift across the mind before fading into stillness. So, as you lie here, listening to your own breath, imagine that each inhale mirrors the universe's first expansion, a beginning quiet and full of potential. And with each exhale, imagine space stretching a little farther, galaxies gliding softly into the dark. You are breathing in rhythm with the cosmos itself, calm, endless, at peace. The universe has been expanding for nearly 14 billion years, and still it continues silent, patient, without end. And perhaps that's its most beautiful secret. Not that it grows forever, but that it grows so quietly we almost forget to notice. As you drift into sleep, let that thought carry you, that even as you rest, the stars are drifting, the galaxies are gliding, and the fabric of space is stretching slow and smooth like a deep and steady breath. The universe is not rushing toward its end. It is unfolding gently toward forever. And tonight, you are part of that quiet expansion, still infinite and softly alive within the great breathing of the cosmos. If you could step outside the Milky Way and watch from afar, you would see our home, a vast spiral of stars gliding silently through the black ocean of space. It moves at more than 2 million kilometers per hour, faster than any human mind can truly imagine. Yet from within, it feels so calm, so still, like a ship sailing across an infinite quiet sea. Out here, motion doesn't roar, it drifts, it hums. It feels like the slow, steady rhythm of eternity breathing. Every star you see in the night sky, every glowing thread of the Milky Way above you, is part of this grand motion. The sun, the earth, the planets, all of them carried gently through the cosmic tide. We are passengers on a journey. We can neither stop nor feel floating together through the vastness. And even as we move, even as everything moves, it feels peaceful. The universe isn't rushing anywhere. It's simply expanding softly, endlessly, beautifully. Our galaxy drifts through a web of billions of others, each one glowing faintly in the dark. From a distance, they look like lanterns suspended in deep water, drifting apart at a pace too slow to see, too vast to measure. The space between them grows quietly. The light from one to another takes millions of years to cross the void. And with every passing moment, that distance grows a little wider. The cosmic sea stretches, the galaxies glide farther apart, and yet the silence remains gentle and absolute. If you close your eyes, you can almost feel it, that grand silent drifting. Imagine the Milky Way as a soft spiral of starlight, its arms curving gracefully, its core glowing like a warm ember. Around it, endless night. Within it, billions of suns each, with their own worlds, their own stories, their own brief flickers of warmth. And we, you and I, are somewhere in one of those arms, turning slowly around the center, like dust caught in a quiet dance of light. Even the sun, so constant in our sky, is moving, orbiting the center of our galaxy at hundreds of kilometers per second. It takes about 200 million years to make a single full circle. That means, since life first appeared on Earth, our world has already traveled around the galaxy more than 20 times. Everything you've ever known, every breath ever taken, every dawn, and every dream, all have happened aboard this moving starship of light. But despite that immense motion, space feels perfectly still. There is no wind, no sound, no sense of speed, just drifting slow, patient, endless. The galaxies themselves are moving apart as space expands, but their movement is so graceful that it feels like stillness. It's the kind of motion that can lull you, the kind that carries you without you ever needing to try. And yet, even in this cosmic calm, a quiet truth hums beneath everything. The universe is cooling. As it expands, energy stretches thinner, light fades, softer heat becomes scarce. The stars still burn, but they are fewer than before. Their light travels across greater and greater distances, losing a little strength along the way. The universe is not dying. It's simply exhaling slowly, gently, like a long sigh across the ages. If you could look far enough beyond what any telescope can reach, you'd see galaxies drifting so far apart that their light may never reach us again. They will fade from view, not because they've gone out, but because space between us has grown too vast. What once was bright and close will one day be lost to distance swallowed by silence. And yet that too is peaceful, the quiet fading of light into the stillness it came from. Take a slow breath and feel how that mirrors the rhythm of the universe. Expansion, rest, release. The Milky Way drifts, and so do you, gently, effortlessly. You are part of the same calm current that carries galaxies through the deep. Every moment you live, you move with it, wrapped in its quiet flow. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to fight the current. You are already moving with the stars. Out there in the black sea of time, galaxies will continue their slow ballet. Some will merge, forming new spirals of light. Others will drift away until only silence remains between them. But for now, they glide in harmony, glowing distant serene. And you lying here under the same stars are part of that harmony. You are made of the same light, carried by the same motion, resting in the same stillness. The galaxies drift gently through space. The universe continues to stretch, and you, small, calm infinite, are floating with it. So let that thought cradle you tonight. The world around you is spinning quietly. The Milky Way sails through the dark, and the stars, those old patient travelers, keep drifting on. Nothing is hurried. Nothing is lost. Everything is simply moving softly, endlessly, in the gentle drift of galaxies. There was a time when scientists believed the universe would eventually slow down, that the pull of gravity, gentle but persistent, would one day stop the great expansion and draw everything back together. Galaxies would drift closer, the stars would merge, and the universe would return to silence. It was a comforting thought that everything might come full circle, that creation and ending would meet once more. But in the late 1990s, the universe revealed a different truth, one far more mysterious and far more quiet. Astronomers studying distant galaxies expected to find them slowing in their motion, like ripples settling after a stone is dropped in water. But what they discovered was the opposite. Those galaxies weren't slowing down at all. They were speeding up. The farther away they looked, the faster the galaxies fled, as if something unseen was stretching the cosmos apart, not just expanding space, but accelerating it. It was a discovery so strange, so gentle, it felt almost like a whisper from the edge of time. An invisible pressure seemed to fill the universe, pushing everything away from everything else. No light, no color, no texture, just a quiet, unseen force shaping all of existence. Scientists called it dark energy. Even today, no one truly knows what dark energy is. It doesn't glow or pull or collide. It doesn't behave like matter or even like light. It doesn't cluster or swirl. It simply exists everywhere, quietly, evenly, throughout all of space. Like a background hum, like silence expanding. It makes up nearly 70% of everything that is, and yet we cannot touch it, cannot see it, cannot fully explain it. Take a slow breath and let that thought rest in you. The air you breathe, the space around you, even the emptiness between stars, all of it is filled with this invisible energy. It is not chaotic. It is calm. It does not shout. It does not strike. It simply pushes softly, steadily, like the universe inhaling without ever exhaling again. If dark energy continues its quiet work, galaxies will keep drifting farther apart. One by one, they'll disappear beyond reach, their light stretched until it fades into nothingness. The night sky, which now glows with billions of stars, will grow dimmer over billions of years. From any single galaxy, it will seem as though the rest of the universe has vanished, leaving only darkness and silence. But even then, that silence will be full of dark energy, full of the quiet motion of expansion. Some scientists imagine that dark energy is part of the very fabric of space, an intrinsic property of the universe itself. Others think it may change over time, growing stronger or weaker. Some wonder if it's a field and echo of the earliest moment of creation. But perhaps, like so many of the universe's secrets, it is not meant to be entirely known. Perhaps its mystery is part of the calm that holds everything together. Imagine, if you can, the universe as a great sheet of fabric. Galaxies are small points sewn into that fabric, drifting apart, not because they move, but because the fabric itself is stretching. Dark energy is that unseen hand expanding, smoothing, guiding. And though we can't see it, its touch is everywhere. It's what carries the galaxies, what shapes time, what ensures that even the stars drift in quiet harmony. In a way, dark energy feels like the universe's softest rhythm, the pulse of existence itself. It's a reminder that the cosmos doesn't need sound or motion to evolve. It grows in silence, in patience, in balance. Every second that passes, every breath you take, the fabric of reality grows just a little wider. It's peaceful, but also humbling, because if dark energy continues forever, then one day, far beyond all measure of time, the galaxies will drift too far to see one another. Stars will die with no new ones to take their place. Light will travel into emptiness and never return. The universe will not collapse in fire, it will fade in quiet. The great ending will not be an explosion, but an infinite sigh. And maybe that's not something to fear. Maybe the universe isn't racing toward destruction, but towards stillness, a final calm, a great exhale after a lifetime of motion. The same way a wave returns to the sea, the universe too might be returning to a vast, peaceful equilibrium. Now, as you rest, feel that stillness inside you. The same space that expands between galaxies also exists within every atom of your body. The same mystery that moves the stars moves through you. You are part of this great unfolding, this gentle expansion of everything into quiet. So let the question rest. You don't have to solve it. You don't need to name it. Just know that even now, dark energy is at work around you, invisible, steady, eternal. It's the soft hand guiding the cosmos outward, the silent rhythm beneath all things. And as the galaxies drift farther into the dark, the universe continues to hum its quiet song of expansion, slow, endless, and deeply beautifully calm. Breathe in, the universe expands. Breathe out, the galaxies drift. And in between those breaths, in that still silent space, you exist small and infinite, held gently within the mystery of dark energy. There's a quiet truth that hums beneath the stars. Everything that begins must one day change, transform, and fade. Even the universe itself, vast and unending as it seems, carries within it the seeds of its own ending. For as long as humans have gazed upward, we've wondered, how does it all end? Not in fear, but in wonder. Not with panic, but with peace. Scientists, after years of listening to the whispers of distant galaxies, have imagined three great endings. Three fates that could await the universe, each vast, each inevitable, each strangely gentle in its own way. The first is called the Big Crunch. The idea that gravity, patient and quiet, might one day win. Imagine the universe slowing in its expansion, pausing and then turning back upon itself. Galaxies once drifting apart would begin to fall inward again. Stars would draw closer, clusters would merge, and light would bend in every direction. It would be a reversal of everything, the great inhale after billions of years of exhaling. Slowly, over unimaginable time, all matter would gather back into a single point. The sky would grow brighter, hotter, until everything, stars, planets, even atoms, would collapse into one final blaze of energy. A universe ending not in silence but in light. And perhaps in that moment, from that collapse, a new beginning might emerge, another expansion, another dawn. The cycle starting again, endlessly breathing between creation and return. Take a breath here, in and out. The rhythm of your breath is the rhythm of the cosmos. Expansion, pause, collapse, creation again. The Big Crunch is the story of return of everything coming home to the same still point it once came from. The second fate is gentler, the Big Freeze. In this vision, the expansion never stops. The galaxies drift farther and farther apart, carried by the quiet push of dark energy. Over billions of years, the stars exhaust their fuel one by one, and the universe begins to dim. There are no explosions, no sudden endings, just the slow fading of light into darkness. Imagine it, a sky with fewer stars each night, then none at all. The warmth of starlight gone, replaced by the faint whisper of ancient radiation stretched so thin it barely exists. Planets long frozen drift through the cold. The galaxies fade beyond one another's sight, and yet through all this there is peace, a slow, graceful descent into stillness. The cosmos does not die in fire, but in calm. In that far future, time itself continues, but there will be no events left to mark it. No motion, no sound, just quiet. The Big Freeze isn't destruction, it's rest, the universe's final exhale, a return to the same kind of silence that existed before the beginning, only now filled with memory, the memory of light, of warmth, of life. And then there is the most haunting of all, the Big Rip. This is the ending, born from acceleration, from dark energy that never stops growing stronger. In this fate, expansion does not simply continue, it quickens. The galaxies don't just drift apart, they're pulled away faster and faster, until even gravity can't hold them together. At first, galaxies separate, then stars drift away from one another. Planets lose their orbits, torn from the embrace of their suns. And finally, even the smallest bonds, the atoms, the molecules, are stretched and pulled apart by space itself. The universe, expanding faster than light, unravels at every level. Not violently, but quietly, a slow dissolving of everything into the deep, endless dark. Take another slow breath. Feel it expand through you, gentle and steady. The same expansion that moves through galaxies moves through your chest now. Even in the thought of endings, there is calm. The universe is not cruel. It simply changes form, from motion to stillness, from heat to cold, from light to silence. Every ending it imagines is slow, fast, and full of grace. Each of these fates, the crunch, the freeze, the rip, holds its own kind of beauty. One ends in reunion, one ends in rest, one ends in release. None of them are sudden, none of them are harsh. They unfold the way the night unfolds after sunset, gradually, peacefully, with soft inevitability. And so, the question lingers in the quiet. Which one will it be? No one knows. Perhaps the universe itself doesn't yet know. Perhaps the answer is still unfolding, carried in the faint rhythm of the stars, the slow hum of dark energy, the quiet gravity that holds it all together. But maybe the question itself is the point, not the answer. Because to wonder is to connect, to ask is to belong. In contemplating the universe's end, we are really listening to its song and realizing that the same music plays within us. So as you lie here under the same sky that stretches endlessly above, let the mystery rest beside you. You don't need to solve it. You don't need to know which ending comes. All that matters is this: you are part of the story right now, in its middle, alive between the beginning and whatever comes next. Let that thought settle gently in your chest. The universe expands, stars fade, galaxies drift, and yet through it all, there is stillness. There is wonder. There is you, a small breathing piece of eternity, listening quietly as the cosmos writes its own ending, one soft heartbeat at a time. There will come a time, far beyond the reach of imagination, when the universe will have grown old. Not in the way a day ends or a season fades, but in a deep cosmic way. A quiet aging that spans trillions upon trillions of years. The stars, those gentle lanterns that once lit the heavens, will burn their last fuel. Their glow will dim, their warmth will fade, and one by one they will fall silent. At first the change will be slow, so slow that no eye, not even time itself, could notice it. Galaxies will still spin softly, gracefully drifting apart in the great expansion of space. But the light between them will thin. The distances will grow too wide, the night too vast. And then there will come a long era of darkness when only faint dying embers will remain. The last stars will burn blue for a while, then red, then fade into quiet cinders, white dwarfs, cooling into black, their heat dissolving into space. The universe will no longer sparkle, it will whisper. The Milky Way, once a radiant spiral of hundreds of billions of suns, will dissolve into the deep black, its stars scattered like the final breaths of a dream. Take a slow breath and imagine that silence, a sky without stars, a darkness so perfect that even memory of light feels distant. Yet it is not frightening. It is peaceful and infinite stillness after a long, fiery song. The universe, after eons of motion and creation, will finally rest. Even black holes, those silent giants born from collapsed stars, will not last forever. Over time, so long, it defies comprehension, they too will fade. Slowly, quietly, they will release their energy, evaporating into the faintest mist of radiation until even they disappear. The universe will have no more places to gather, no more gravity wells to hold onto. Only emptiness, only calm. And then what remains will be a thin sea of particles scattered evenly through infinite space. Not hot, not cold, just uniform. No light, no warmth, no direction. A universe in perfect balance, perfectly still. Scientists call this fate the heat death, not because it burns, but because it is the end of temperature itself, the end of contrast, the end of change. In that silence, time loses meaning. There will be no moments to count, no events to mark the passing of existence. Everything that could happen will have already happened. Every transformation will be complete. What remains will not decay or break, it will simply persist, unchanged, quiet forever. And yet, there is a strange comfort in that thought, because even as everything fades, the universe does not die in chaos. It does not collapse or scream. It simply exhales, releasing all that it was, all that it carried into the soft embrace of stillness. The final note of a cosmic symphony that began with light and ends in rest. You can almost feel that peace if you listen closely. The slow unwinding of time, the quiet cooling of everything that ever burned. It's like a candle going out, not in sorrow, but in completion. The story that began with the Big Bang, with fire, with expansion, with creation, will end, not in destruction, but in perfect calm. The kind of calm that holds no tension, no weight, no sound. It's hard to imagine such emptiness. And yet, in that vast stillness, there is a kind of beauty, the beauty of final balance. Every particle, every wave of light, every breath of energy will have found its resting place. Nothing wasted, nothing left undone. The universe at last will be whole. Take another slow breath. Feel how it expands and fades just as the universe does. Every breath is a tiny version of that same story, warmth, motion, release. You are part of this rhythm. The atoms that make you were born from ancient stars, carried through billions of years, and someday they too will drift into that final peace. But not yet. For now they live, they move, they glow within you, reminders that the universe still breathes. When the last black hole vanishes, when the final particle spreads into infinity, the universe will not mourn. It will rest. It will exist as pure potential, silent, infinite waiting. Maybe in ways beyond our knowing, it will begin again. Or maybe it will simply be calm, complete forever, at peace. As you lie here now, breathing softly, you are part of that story. The same energy that once burned in the first stars flows through you. The same silence that will fill the far future hums quietly in your heartbeat. You are the living moment between creation and rest, a brief spark in an endless calm. So let the thought of that quiet future cradle you. The universe will not end in fear, but in serenity. It will fade gently into stillness, not lost, not broken, but complete. And as you drift towards sleep, know this: the calm you feel now is the same calm that will one day fill the stars. The same peace that will wrap the universe softly, eternally in silence. No light, no warmth, only calm, eternal, and absolute. For a long time, black holes were thought to be the universe's ultimate full stops, cosmic endings, so absolute that nothing could escape them. Not light, not sound, not even time. They seemed eternal, unchanging, endless in their silence. But even endings, it turns out, have endings of their own. If you could drift near one from a safe, unimaginable distance, you would see the black hole not as chaos, but as stillness. Its gravity would curve the space around it like silk drawn taut. No sound, no color. Just the slow, graceful pull of everything toward an unseen center. It is one of the calmest kinds of power the universe holds, patient, perfect, eternal. Or so we once believed. In the quiet 1970s, a physicist named Stephen Hawking looked closer. He found that even black holes, those dark, all-consuming hearts of gravity, are not forever. Over unfathomable stretches of time, they leak energy. Not in explosions or light, but in whispers, a gentle breath of heat escaping the edge of their darkness. This faint release came to be called Hawking radiation. Imagine that. Even the darkest places in the universe still give off a trace of warmth, a flicker of song. The black hole doesn't roar. It exhales softly, slowly, over billions upon billions of years. Each particle it releases is like a quiet note in a cosmic symphony, almost imperceptible, but beautiful in its persistence. Take a slow breath. Feel the air move through you. That rhythm, inhale, exhale, exists on every scale. You breathe, stars burn, black holes fade, The universe too follows that same long rhythm: expansion and release, creation and rest. Nothing truly disappears. Everything transforms. As time unfolds, a black hole's whispers grow quieter. They shrink dim and slowly evaporate. A giant that once swallowed suns becomes smaller than a mountain, smaller than a pebble, smaller than a grain of dust. Until one day, or rather one endless moment far in the future, it simply vanishes. Not in a bang, not in light, but in calm. No trace, no echo, just silence. And in that silence, peace. It's a strange kind of comfort, isn't it? To know that even the most powerful forces in existence end not in rage, but in rest. The universe doesn't burn out in fire. It fades away in a long, soft exhale, a slow surrender to stillness. Picture the far future, when every star has gone dark, every galaxy faded, and only black holes remain, these last keepers of memory, still holding light and matter deep within them. Across the ages, they hum faintly, releasing their last warmth into the expanding dark. Each breath of radiation, a goodbye note drifting outward into endless space. The universe listens. It's patient. It doesn't hurry their endings. One by one, the black holes dissolve their whispers, fading into the great silence, until nothing remains but the faintest energy, a smooth, quiet mist of existence. There will be no sound in that era, no colour, no stars, no shadows, just calm. The cosmos will not scream or collapse, it will settle softly into balance. Everything that once was every sun, every planet, every thought, every heartbeat will have transformed into quiet, equal stillness. And yet, even that stillness is not emptiness, it's fulfillment. The black holes, once symbols of devouring darkness, will have completed their role in the universe's story, returning what they once took, releasing what they once held. Nothing is wasted, nothing is lost. Take another slow breath. Let your shoulders loosen, your body grow lighter. The same laws that guide those cosmic giants also guide you. Energy flows, changes, softens. What seems like an ending is just a new form of calm. You too are part of that eternal rhythm, breathing, glowing, fading, returning. The black hole's final whispers will be the universe's last lullaby. A song too slow to hear, too faint to feel, yet somehow still playing. When the final one dissolves, the cosmic music will end, not in dissonance, but in resolution, a perfect infinite rest. So as you drift tonight, imagine that sound, the quiet hum of distant gravity, the last breath of a black hole exhaling into the dark. It is the sound of endings becoming peace, the sound of everything finding stillness. The universe does not end with fire. It ends with a sigh, a long, soft exhale that carries every star, every story, every heartbeat into forever. And as it does, you are there too, floating, resting, listening part of the black hole symphony that will play until the last note fades gently into silence. There will come a time far beyond every measure we can imagine when the stars will begin to fade. Not suddenly, not in fire or chaos, but quietly, gracefully, as if the universe itself were growing tired after a long and brilliant song. The light that once filled the night sky with warmth and wonder will slowly dim, and one by one, the stars will go out. It won't be tomorrow or 1,000 years from now. It will be after trillions upon trillions of years, when the gas that forms new stars has been spent scattered thin across the widening universe. The galaxies, once close enough to weave together in clusters, will drift so far apart that their light will never meet again. The cosmos will stretch, and in its vast stillness, creation will quietly pause. Imagine standing beneath that distant sky. No constellations, no milky band of starlight curling across the horizon. Only darkness, deep, soft and infinite. The night we know now, filled with glittering suns and distant galaxies, will have vanished. The last of the stars will burn faintly red and small, their fires flickering like the final embers of a once endless hearth. Take a slow breath in and let it go. That same breath carries atoms that once glowed in those ancient stars. Their endings are your beginning. The carbon in your body, the oxygen in your lungs, all born from the hearts of suns that lived and died long ago. When the last of them fades, their legacy will remain in everything they've created, in every trace of matter, every whisper of energy, every quiet thing the universe still holds. In the great dark ahead, new stars will no longer form. The gas clouds that once birthed them will be too thin, too cold, too far apart. The galaxies will drift like islands in an ever-widening sea, their light dimming into silence. The night sky will lose its depth, its texture, its sparkle. And where there were once billions of suns shining there will be only shadows and memory. But even in that vast, empty night, there will still be beauty, the beauty of stillness. A peace so complete it hums like silence beneath all things. Every photon of starlight ever born will continue its journey, stretching thinner as space expands, growing longer and softer until even light itself fades into invisibility. The universe will not go dark in anger. It will drift into rest the way a song ends, with a final note that lingers before dissolving into quiet. Scientists call this distant era the time of fading light. It is the universe's slow twilight when energy spreads too thin to ignite anything new. Galaxies become ghosts of their former selves, faint smudges of light adrift in the infinite dark. But perhaps that darkness is not emptiness at all. Perhaps it is the universe's way of resting, of returning to the same serenity it came from. If you listen closely, you can almost hear it, the sound of time stretching out slow and deep. No more collisions, no more creation, only drifting the stars dimming one by one, the galaxies slipping beyond each other's sight. The universe still expanding, still breathing, but in a gentler rhythm now, like a body falling into sleep. And even though the light will fade, its story will never be lost. Every ray of starlight ever cast will still exist somewhere, stretched into faint ripples across the fabric of space. The echoes of those ancient suns will still hum in the background of everything, a soft eternal afterglow, too quiet to see, but too real to vanish. Take another slow breath. Feel how calm it is. The universe's final light will fade just like this breath fades from your lungs, softly without resistance. You are part of that same rhythm, born from starlight, returning to silence, balanced between creation and rest. And maybe, just maybe, in that far future, when the last stars go dark, something new will stir in the quiet, a whisper, a spark, the hint of another beginning waiting in the dark. Because even in endings, the universe has always carried the seed of something more. So as you lie here beneath your own night sky, let the fading of starlight comfort you. The stars above are not eternal, but their beauty is. Their warmth lives in you, in every cell, in every breath. You are the continuation of their glow. You are their memory, carried forward through time. One day long, after every sun has dimmed, the universe will rest. It will not mourn its stars. It will simply be vast, silent, complete. And within that infinite darkness, the light that once filled all things will still linger softly, quietly, forever. And now, as you drift towards sleep, imagine that fading light, gentle, distant, endless, wrapping around you like a soft blanket of night. The stars have not disappeared. They've simply gone home to rest, just as you will too. There will come a time when the universe grows silent, not with sound, but with absence. No more voices, no more eyes, no more minds left to wonder what comes next. The stars will have gone out, the galaxies faded into darkness, and the great cosmic story will continue, but without anyone left to tell it. No witnesses, no watchers, only the quiet unfolding of time itself. It's a strange kind of beauty, this idea of an ending no one will ever see. For billions upon billions of years, light and thought have crossed paths. Suns have risen, worlds have turned, and life has looked up at the night sky asking questions. But there will be a final generation of stars, and after them, a final moment of light. When that moment passes, the universe will drift onward, calm, unhurried, unseen. Entropy will rule then. Slowly, gently, it will dissolve everything that once held form. Galaxies will lose their shape matter, will spread thin, and structure itself will fade away. The fabric of existence will flatten into balance, no highs or lows, no warmth or cold, just a perfect equilibrium. It sounds sad perhaps, but it isn't. It's the natural sigh after an eternity of motion. The universe finally will be at peace. Take a slow breath, in and out. Feel how even breathing is a kind of order, a rhythm. Entropy is the space between those breaths, the release, the letting go. It doesn't destroy it, equalizes. It's the quiet tendency of everything to soften, to share, to rest. From stars collapsing to the warmth fading from a cup of tea, it's the same story written on every scale. In that far future, there will be no observers to feel the cooling, no minds left to name it. Time will continue, but without meaning, because meaning requires memory, and there will be no one left to remember. Every atom will have drifted too far from every other to build, to bind, to think. What remains will be calm, the simplest, purest state of existence, stillness. And yet, there's something poetic about that, isn't there? A universe that began in blinding heat, in wild expansion and roaring light will end not in fire, but in silence. It's not tragedy, it's completion. Every story needs a last page. Every song needs its final note. This is the cosmos finishing its sentence slowly, softly, in perfect grace. Perhaps time itself will lose meaning then. Without events, without change, there is no difference between moments. 1 trillion years will feel like one breath, or perhaps like no breath at all. The universe will simply be, not waiting, not ending, just existing endlessly, peacefully. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine that distant stillness, the deep, infinite quiet of a cosmos without motion. There is no fear in it, no loneliness, only balance, only rest. The kind of silence that holds everything, not emptiness, but completion. The story of the universe will not end with a scream or a collapse, but with a sigh, the way all long stories end, gently, inevitably. And though no one will be there to see it, the beauty of it will remain true, because beauty does not depend on witness. It simply is. The universe will still be beautiful, a perfect endless calm, like a painting made of quiet itself. Every atom, every grain of light, every ripple of space will rest in harmony. The story fully told. You too are part of that story. The same entropy that will one day calm the stars also softens your world. In small ways, the warmth of your body spreading into the cool air, the rhythm of your heartbeat slowing as you drift into sleep. You are not separate from the universe's stillness. You are its echo, its reflection, its gentle continuation. And maybe that's the truest kind of immortality. Not in living forever, but in belonging to something that does. When the last witnesses are gone, when the final spark of life has faded, the atoms that once formed your breath, your thoughts, your dreams, they will still be there, woven into the quiet fabric of existence. You will still be part of the calm. So as you lie here, now let that thought cradle you. There will come a time when all stories end, but that ending will not be a loss. It will be fulfillment. Every beginning leads here to stillness. Every moment, every heartbeat is part of that long, beautiful journey toward rest. The universe will remain complete even without witnesses, perfect in its silence, whole in its calm. A story fully told and still softly echoing through eternity. Close your eyes and imagine yourself drifting through the far future where time has grown so vast it no longer remembers beginnings. There are no stars now, no planets, no galaxies spinning in graceful arcs. The universe has quieted its once bright symphony of light, now a single endless note of calm. It is not empty, it is resting. The hum of existence lingers soft and low, like the faint vibration between heartbeats. Here darkness is not frightening. It feels warm, velvety gentle, a night so complete that it no longer needs light to be beautiful. You float in that silence, surrounded by nothing and everything at once. The air, if there were air, would be still. Space has expanded beyond measure, and yet in this vastness there is peace. The universe is no longer rushing anywhere. It is simply breathing. All the stars that once burned have gone out, their light stretched thin across eternity. The galaxies that once danced together have drifted apart into soft oblivion. Yet in this great stillness, there is no loss, only completion. Every atom, every flash of warmth, every whisper of light still exists, but diffused and calm, woven into the quiet fabric of forever. The universe at last has found balance. Take a slow breath in and let it fall gently away. You are breathing the rhythm of the cosmos expansion and release motion and rest. That same stillness filling the universe also fills you. There's no difference between your breath and the soft pulse of space itself. You are not separate from this calm. You are its reflection. Time by now has softened into something unmeasurable. There are no moments to count, no clocks to mark their passing. Everything has blended into one continuous, now a still ocean with no waves. The story of creation has been told, and now the universe is simply being, not ending, not gone, just quietly existing in the calm before forever. And maybe that's what eternity truly is, not endless motion, but peaceful stillness. A vast cosmic sigh after a lifetime of shining, spinning and reaching. The same energy that once built galaxies now rests smooth and silent. The same atoms that once burned as stars now drift softly through the dark, unhurried, eternal. Nothing more is needed. Nothing more is missing. As you drift here, imagine that calm wrapping gently around you the way night wraps around a fading ember. There's no fear in the dark, only rest. No sound, only a quiet hum that feels like home. You are floating in the same stillness that holds the universe safe inside a peace that has no end. So breathe slowly. Feel your thoughts soften, your body lighten. The stars may have faded, but their light lives on in you, in everything. The universe is resting now, and so are you. Let yourself drift deeper into that calm until you can almost hear it, the hush before eternity begins again. This is the pause between worlds, the quiet before forever, and you are part of it. Perhaps endings are not what they seem. Every death, every silence, every collapse is part of something larger, a rhythm too vast for our brief lives to see. The universe in all its beauty has never truly stopped breathing. When something ends, it doesn't vanish, it transforms. The stillness after a star dies is not emptiness, but the quiet beginning of something new. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a star reaching its final breath. Its light, once fierce and steady, begins to fade. The outer layers drift into space, not lost, but scattered like seeds. From those ashes, new elements are born: carbon, oxygen, iron, the building blocks of worlds, of oceans, of you. What looks like death is really creation, taking a different shape. The universe does not mourn its losses, it recycles them into new forms of beauty. Every collapse brings order to something else. The gravity that crushes one star into silence may one day spark another's birth. The dust left behind by an explosion becomes the foundation of planets. Even black holes, those quiet cosmic abysses, give back, releasing their last whispers of energy as they fade. In every direction, creation and destruction dance together in perfect eternal balance. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is truly gone. Take a slow breath and feel that balance within yourself. The air you breathe in is the same oxygen forged in the hearts of stars long ago. The heat you feel on your skin is sunlight energy that once belonged to another world. Every heartbeat is a continuation of the same cosmic rhythm that turns galaxies and forms clouds of light. You are not separate from it, you are a moment in its music. Even the fading of the universe itself might not be an ending, but a transformation, a return to stillness before another beginning. The cosmos has always known how to renew itself. From the first explosion of light to the cooling of the last star, it has followed a quiet balance, expansion and rest, life and stillness, birth and return. Perhaps when all is said and done, it will do what it has always done, begin again in silence, in patience, in grace. If you listen closely, you can almost feel that truth humming beneath everything. The universe is not rushing to an end. It is simply finding its balance, its breath between movements. Just like the pause between waves, or the moment before dawn, the calm before the next rising. Even entropy, the slow drift towards stillness, is not chaos. It is the final step of harmony. Imagine for a moment that the universe is like a vast ocean. Each star, each atom, each life is a wave upon its surface. Waves rise and fall, but the ocean remains. The water never disappears. It only changes shape from wave to mist, from mist to rain, from rain to sea again. So too with the cosmos. Its balance is not linear, but circular, a quiet cycle of transformation without beginning or end. And in that balance, there is peace, the same peace that lives in you. When you exhale the carbon you release will one day feed a leaf, a tree, a life that hasn't yet begun. The smallest part of you will travel, transform, return. You are both the spark and the ash, the beginning and the pause. You are the balance itself, breathing with the stars. Take another breath, slow, soft, steady. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, the gentle pull of gravity, the warmth within your body. Every moment of it is connected to something older than time. You are made of remnants of dying stars carried forward through eons of creation. You are the proof that endings are not destruction. They are renewal written in a different language. So when you think of the universe fading someday, don't think of loss. Think of stillness, of the cosmos preparing for its next form. Even in silence, it will be alive. Even in darkness, it will be whole. Because the universe has never truly ended. It has only ever transformed. Let that thought cradle you tonight. The stars that once burned have become your bones, your breath, your heartbeat. The balance that shapes galaxies also shapes you. Nothing is gone. Nothing is wasted. Everything moves. Everything returns. And as you drift into sleep, feel that truth settle quietly around you. Endings are never endings. They are simply the universe finding its balance again, softly, patiently, forever, in the quiet beyond time when the stars have gone out and the universe has faded into stillness. Something extraordinary may still be happening. Something so small, so subtle, that even eternity itself might not notice. Physicists call it quantum fluctuation, the tiniest tremor in the fabric of nothingness, a whisper in the silence, a ripple in the calm, and perhaps the seed of a new beginning. Imagine this moment. The universe has grown cold and quiet, its light long extinguished. There are no galaxies, no atoms, no trace of warmth, only a vast ocean of emptiness stretching in every direction. Yet even in that emptiness, the laws of physics still hum softly, like a faint vibration beneath the quiet. The vacuum is not truly empty. It breathes, it quivers, it dreams. Every so often, in that infinite stillness, a fluctuation, small, unpredictable, spontaneous may appear. Out of the blankness, energy flickers. Space stirs. A spark forms. It's not something we can see or touch, or even imagine fully. But within that flicker could lie the birth of a new universe. Tiny at first, smaller than an atom, but expanding rapidly, silently, into something vast and timeless. Take a slow breath and let the thought drift through you. Maybe our own universe began just like that, as a whisper in someone else's silence, a spark in a calm that had forgotten movement. If so, then even as our cosmos fades into its final rest, another may already be awakening. Somewhere beyond a new burst of light, a new dawn, a new rhythm of creation might already be blooming from the quiet ashes of our own. The thought is delicate, like a dream you can't quite hold on to, but it carries a strange kind of comfort, because it means that nothing, not even nothingness, is ever truly still. Beneath the calm, there is always potential. Even in the vacuum, energy stirs gently, endlessly, patiently. The universe does not die, it transforms. Its silence is not an ending, but a pause, the breath between worlds. Physicists sometimes say that quantum fields never sleep. Even in the emptiest space, tiny particles flicker into existence and fade again, like sparks in an invisible fire. They appear, disappear, and reappear in an eternal dance too subtle for any eye to see. This quiet pulse, this hum beneath nothing, could be the heartbeat of forever itself. Imagine that universe is born not in explosions, but in whispers, not in chaos, but in calm. One fading softly into silence, while another impossibly small begins to unfold somewhere beyond. If you could listen closely enough, perhaps you'd hear it, the faint echo of creation rippling gently through the void. A cosmic heartbeat beyond time. Take another slow breath. Feel that rhythm inside you, the inhale, the pause, the exhale. You are built from the same patterns the universe follows. Each breath a cycle, each moment a bridge between what was and what will be. The same physics that may birth new universes also move quietly through you, shaping every atom, every heartbeat, every thought. There's a quiet humility in that truth. We are not outside the story, we are made of it. The matter in your body, the light in your eyes, the spark of your mind, all of it once flickered in the heart of a dying star, and before that, in the earliest fire of creation. And perhaps long after, this universe has drifted into silence. The essence of you, your atoms, your energy will become part of that next great whisper. Maybe that is how eternity works, one universe fading gently into stillness, while another breathes its first. Not destruction, but continuity. Not death, but renewal. Like waves folding over each other on a quiet sea. Each one separate yet part of the same endless motion. And perhaps that's why the universe never truly ends. It rests, it changes, it gives birth to itself again and again through moments so small they slip beneath the awareness of time. The quantum whisper is the reminder that creation is woven into the fabric of being, that even silence hums with possibility. So as you rest now, let that thought settle softly around you. Even when everything seems still, even when all light fades, something deep within existence continues to move. A quiet murmur, a hidden pulse, the universe dreaming of itself once more. Breathe in and feel that whisper in you, subtle, eternal, alive. The same energy that hums in the quantum vacuum hums within your own cells. You are not apart from the cosmos. You are its continuation, a momentary shimmer in the great field of being. And when you close your eyes tonight, imagine that hush, the soft vibration of nothingness, the quiet heartbeat of everything waiting to begin again. It isn't the sound of an ending, it's the prelude to another story, the faintest whisper before the next dawn. Perhaps somewhere beyond our silence, a new universe is already unfolding, stretching, glowing, breathing, and in its first light, maybe there will be atoms that remember us. Maybe there will be a sky that glows with familiar calm. And maybe in that distant world, someone will one day look up and wonder where it all began, never knowing that it started here with this quiet, this gentle, eternal quantum whisper. Close your eyes and feel this moment, the rhythm of your breath, the quiet pulse of your heart, the gentle weight of time passing around you. It feels like now, this single point between what was and what will be. But in the language of the universe, now doesn't really exist. It's only a perception, a thin line drawn across something infinite. In physics, time isn't a river flowing forward. It's a landscape vast and unchanging, where every moment, past, present and future, already exists side by side. Imagine space-time as a great fabric stretched endlessly in every direction. Every instant of your life, every sunrise, every heartbeat, every future you'll ever live, they're all woven into that same fabric. Nothing is erased, nothing lost. You are simply moving through it like a traveler tracing a single thread through an already complete tapestry. The beginning of the universe and its end are not separate points. They coexist silently within the same eternal whole. If you could step outside of time just for a breath, you would see it all at once. The birth of stars, the slow fading of galaxies, the brief flash of your own existence, all of it shimmering together, like a single image made of infinite light. There is no before, no after, only being, only the quiet truth that everything is connected, every atom, every event, every memory suspended in the same unbroken stillness. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Feel how each breath belongs to something larger than the moment. When you breathe in, you're pulling ancient air atoms that once drifted through stars, oceans, and lungs of countless lives before yours. When you breathe out, you release them again to continue their endless journey through time. Even your breath is part of the universe's flow, not confined to now, but part of all that ever was and all that ever will be. Physicists call this the block universe, a place where time doesn't move, we do. Our consciousness slides along a thread of moments, experiencing them one at a time, like beads on a string. But all the beads are already there, from the first spark of creation to the last whisper of light. We feel motion because we are the motion. Time isn't passing us by. We are passing through time. And isn't that a beautiful thought? That your entire life, from your first cry to your final breath, already exists whole and complete, written gently into the fabric of the cosmos. There is no need to rush, no need to grasp at moments as they slip away. Nothing is truly slipping. You're simply traveling slowly, peacefully through the story that is already yours. It means that even when you remember the past, it's not gone. It's still there, alive and untouched, existing somewhere in the vast geometry of space-time. And the future too is already written, waiting for you, not as fate, but as unfolding. Like walking through a quiet forest at night, each step reveals what was always there, hidden, just beyond the next beam of light. Take another slow breath. The air moves through you, but the calm remains. You are not separate from time, you are time. You are a moving moment of the universe, becoming aware of itself, experiencing its own vastness in fragments gentle enough for a human heart to hold. The stars don't rush, the galaxies don't hurry, they exist gracefully, each moment shining eternally within the grand design. And so, maybe now isn't a single point, but a feeling the way consciousness touches eternity. Each time you pause, breathe and listen, you align with that stillness that holds everything together. You feel it when you look at a night skylight from distant suns millions of years old arriving to meet your eyes in this instant. It's not old light or new light. It's all one light crossing space and time to remind you that the universe is whole. There's comfort in knowing that. The beginning and the end of the universe, the birth of stars and their quiet deaths all exist together in one great cosmic symmetry. Nothing is ever truly lost because nothing ever truly leaves. The moments of your life are not fragile things drifting away behind you. They are still here, eternal, written in the quiet language of the cosmos. So as you lie here, listening to the rhythm of your breath, let go of the feeling of time rushing past. Let the illusion of now soften. You are not late. You are not early. You are exactly where you have always been, within the great stillness of existence. Every version of you, every heartbeat, every spark of light in your story still glows somewhere in the endless fabric of time. And maybe eternity isn't something that happens after everything ends. It's happening now, in every quiet breath, every soft second you let yourself rest. The universe has already unfolded perfectly, completely, and you are within it, safe, timeless and infinite. So breathe softly. Let your thoughts drift. The stars have never hurried, and neither should you. You are already part of the whole, a gentle wave moving through the ocean, a forever carried by the illusion of now toward a peace that has always been waiting for you. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Feel how your chest rises and falls, how each inhale gently opens space within you, and each exhale lets it settle again. This rhythm, so soft, so natural, is not just your own. It is the rhythm of the universe itself. Every breath you take mirrors the cosmic pulse. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, release. You are not separate from the great unfolding of everything. You are part of it, moving quietly in harmony with the stars. Since the beginning, the universe has been expanding, stretching outward through silence. Each moment, space grows just a little larger, like the lungs of existence, filling with possibility. And though the scale is beyond comprehension, the pattern is the same as yours. With every breath, your body imitates the cosmos, drawing in, reaching out, then softening, returning. The same laws that guide galaxies turning in the dark also move gently through you in the small, perfect rhythm of life. When you breathe in, you are participating in creation. The air entering your lungs was born from ancient stars' atoms, forged in their fiery hearts billions of years ago. Each molecule of oxygen once drifted through time and space, part of clouds and comets, oceans and trees. And now, for a brief and precious moment, it flows through you. You are the continuation of that cosmic motion, the universe becoming aware of itself in the shape of a single quiet breath. Take another slow inhale. Feel it expand gently through your chest, spreading calm through your body. As you exhale, imagine the air dissolving back into the world, carrying your warmth, your energy back into the same universe that gave it to you. This is balance. The universe gives, and you return. Expansion and release. Creation and rest. Everything moves together softly, endlessly, in the same eternal rhythm. If you could watch from far away, you'd see galaxies drifting apart, stars being born, and others fading into silence. Yet despite that distance, every one of those motions mirrors what happens inside you. When your heart beats, when your lungs fill, when you close your eyes and rest, it's all connected. You are the small echo of a vast cosmic breath. The universe breathes outward, and so do you. Sometimes, in the quiet of night, you can feel it, that gentle hum behind everything. The pulse of stars, the swirl of galaxies, the expansion of space itself. It's not a sound you can hear, but a feeling that moves through the body, a knowing that you are part of something greater, that even the smallest breath you take ripples outward ever so faintly into infinity. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, release. This is the language of the universe, written into every living thing. The trees breathe it, the oceans move with it, the wind carries it across mountains and skies. The same motion that began with the Big Bang continues through you now, in the quiet rhythm that keeps you alive. You are the proof that creation never stopped, that it still flows gently, patiently through every breath of every being. When you breathe, you are not merely taking air. You are participating in time, in a story that began long before Earth was born. The hydrogen and carbon inside you were once light from the first stars folded into the fabric of galaxies. The oxygen you inhale has been recycled through plants, oceans, and storms for billions of years. You are quite literally breathing the memory of the cosmos, Take another slow, steady breath. Feel it settle smooth and quiet, like the tide returning to shore. You don't need to force it or control it. The breath knows its way, just as the universe knows its own rhythm. Expansion, pause, release, stillness. It's all part of one great harmony. The same energy that pushes galaxies outward also moves through the soft rise and fall of your chest. And maybe that's the most extraordinary truth of all, that the universe isn't something outside you, far away in the cold distance of space. It's here, breathing with you. The atoms of your skin were once light. The calcium in your bones was once part of an exploding star. The iron in your blood was born in the heart of something vast and bright. You are not just in the universe. You are the universe condensed into awareness, into stillness, into calm. So as you lie here, breathing softly, let that awareness unfold. Feel the expansion inside you mirror the expansion of everything. Feel the release that follows as your body returns each breath to the whole. There is no rush, no effort, no need to reach beyond what you already are. You are part of the rhythm that has always been the slow exhale of eternity, the quiet song of existence, the universe learning to rest through you. Inhale expansion, exhale release. Let your breath guide you gentle and steady. You are floating in the same calm that carries galaxies through the dark. You are not separate. You are the universe, breathing, listening, becoming aware of its own peace, one slow, quiet heartbeat at a time. Close your eyes and imagine light, not the light of a lamp or a sunrise or even a distant star, but light itself in its purest form, the first light that ever was, the faint shimmer that broke through the newborn darkness after the universe began. That same light, though stretched and softened, still travels through the cosmos today and through you. It has never stopped moving. It has never truly gone out. Energy cannot be destroyed. It only changes form. Every photon, every vibration, every breath of warmth that ever existed continues to ripple onward, crossing time and space without end. When a star dies, its light doesn't vanish. It spreads, fades, becomes part of something else, dust, air, warmth, thought. In this universe, nothing is ever lost. Everything transforms. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Even your breath carries energy, the faint heat leaving your body, the gentle movement of air, the rhythm of your lungs expanding and releasing. It all continues outward, unseen but never gone. The warmth from your skin travels into the air, and from the air into space, joining the same silent current that carries the light of ancient stars. You are part of that flow. You always have been. Somewhere in the far reaches of space, the faint remnants of the first light still drift photons, older than any memory, traveling endlessly through the expanding universe. They are relics of creation, a gentle hum that fills every corner of existence. Even when the stars go out, even when galaxies fade and black holes dissolve, that faint soft light remains. It stretches thinner and thinner, yes, but it never disappears. It becomes subtler, calmer, quieter. Perhaps peace itself is that transformation, the return of everything bright and burning into something still, something balanced. The universe has always been a cycle of motion and rest, creation and release. The stars flare and fade, yet the light they cast keeps going endlessly. In that way, death is never an ending. It's a change of shape, a passing of the flame into another form. If you listen closely, you can almost feel that light, not with your eyes, but with something deeper. It's the warmth in your chest, the pulse of energy in your veins, the soft awareness that you exist. Every spark of thought inside you, every flicker of emotion is a form of light to electrical living, shimmering for a moment before transforming into something else. You are a brief and beautiful arrangement of energy glowing in your own quiet way. Take another slow breath. Feel the air moving through you, calm and patient. The same atoms that carry your breath once drifted through the atmospheres of ancient stars. The same photons that warmed the first dawn now pass through your skin. Light does not belong to any one place or moment. It flows, it changes, it connects all things. And when your body someday rests, that energy will not end. It will move outward into air, into soil, into the quiet hum of the world. The light within you will scatter, becoming part of the great cosmic web once more. That too is a kind of peace, knowing that you cannot truly disappear, that you are made of something eternal, something that only changes form. The universe itself follows that truth. Even when its last star fades and its final warmth cools, the energy of everything that ever was will still remain. Not in the form of suns or galaxies, but as a delicate mist of radiation, the faint afterglow of existence, a whisper of light that never ends. The cosmos will rest, but it will never be empty. It will simply become still, carrying every moment, every particle, every memory within its calm. Maybe that is what eternity really means. Not endless time, but endless transformation. A dance of energy, gentle and perpetual, shaping and reshaping itself into new forms of beauty. The light that once burned in the hearts of stars now flows through oceans, through trees, through you. And one day, the energy you hold will travel onward, becoming part of something else. Another world, another story, another quiet shimmer in the dark. So as you lie here, breathing slowly, let that thought soothe you. You are light. You are energy that has been traveling for billions of years through stars and skies and time itself to be here in this exact moment. You are part of the same current that began with the first spark of creation, and you will continue long after the stars have gone quiet. The light within you is ancient and infinite. It does not end when it fades. It only softens, transforms, rests, waiting to rise again in another form. So close your eyes and feel it, the warmth, the calm, the quiet hum of existence itself. You are made of the light that never dies. And tonight, as you drift towards sleep, that same light will cradle you softly, endlessly, in its gentle, eternal glow. For a brief flickering moment in the vast story of the cosmos, something extraordinary happened. Out of the quiet dust of stars, out of molecules that had drifted through space for billions of years, consciousness appeared. Eyes opened, hands reached, minds wandered. The universe, once silent, once unaware, began to look back at itself and whisper why it didn't last long, not by cosmic standards. A few heartbeats of time scattered across one small blue planet orbiting an ordinary star on the edge of a galaxy among trillions. Yet in those fragile moments, the universe became aware of its own beauty. Through human eyes, it saw itself reflected in oceans and sunsets in equations and love in the shimmer of light across the night sky. That brief spark, your spark, was the cosmos learning to feel. Take a slow, gentle breath. Let it move through you like a tide. The air you're breathing has been here for billions of years, breathed by forests, by ancient creatures, by people long before you. It connects you to everything that ever lived. In this way, your existence is not separate. You are the continuation of all that came before, a quiet extension of the universe's memory. When you look at the stars, you're not simply seeing distant suns. You're witnessing your own origin story. The calcium in your bones, the carbon in your skin, the iron in your blood, all were born in stellar hearts, forged in explosions that painted the early galaxies with light. You are not just made of the universe. You are the universe briefly aware of its own unfolding. For a short while, consciousness rose from matter and asked questions. It created art, told stories, built telescopes, and dreamed of understanding. It wept and laughed and searched for meaning. It pondered beginnings and endings, and in doing so, it illuminated the dark with something more powerful than fire curiosity. That quiet, restless urge to know. That was the moment the cosmos learned to wonder. Take another slow breath. Feel the softness of this truth, that awareness itself is light. A different kind of light, one that doesn't travel through space, but through understanding. Every thought, every kindness, every act of noticing is a photon of consciousness, brief, delicate, yet indestructible in its effect. When you listen, when you feel, when you love, you are adding to that glow. Even if one day the stars go dark and galaxies drift apart, that spark will have existed. The awareness that looked up and asked, why will forever be written into the fabric of the universe? It doesn't need to last forever to matter. It only needed to happen once. That one instant of self-recognition, the universe realizing what it was, is enough to make existence beautiful. In this moment, you are part of that same miracle. Every breath, every heartbeat, every thought adds to the quiet pulse of awareness that began long ago. You don't have to solve the universe. You don't have to understand it all. You only have to feel it, this small human moment of being alive in a vast breathing cosmos. Let your mind slow down now. Let the weight of time fade. You are part of a story that began before you and will continue long after. But this gentle awareness right now is where it all meets. The beginning, the end, the infinite unfolding. They all converge here in your quiet presence, listening to the universe remember itself through you. Perhaps that is what consciousness truly is, the cosmos coming home to itself for a little while, through eyes that can see, through hearts that can feel. The atoms that once burned in stars now carry the warmth of thought. The light that once roamed galaxies now glows as empathy, as wonder, as peace. So breathe again. Feel your body sink into stillness. You are the witness and the story. You are the question and the answer. The universe, through you, has known what it means to be alive, to ask to love. And even if everything ends, that knowing remains written into the quiet fabric of forever. Close your eyes and rest in that truth that for a fleeting moment in eternity, the cosmos became aware of itself and called that awareness you, and that is enough. As you listen now, somewhere far beyond what any eye can see, the universe is still expanding. Galaxies drift slowly apart, carried on invisible currents of space itself. The very fabric of reality stretches not in haste, not in chaos, but in the same quiet rhythm that guides your breath. Seconds stretch, distances widen, and yet, here inside this single gentle moment, everything feels completely still. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Feel how calm this instant is, how vast it feels when you stop rushing through it. The galaxies may be moving away from one another at unimaginable speeds, But your breath, steady patient, remains an anchor in the middle of it all. You are not being left behind. You are at the center of motion, at the still heart of expansion, where everything simply is. Scientists tell us that space itself is growing. The stars are not flying apart through emptiness. It's the emptiness that's unfolding between them. Imagine the night sky as a great cosmic fabric slowly stretching outward in every direction. It's silent, seamless, eternal. And though the universe swells endlessly, you remain right where you are, held perfectly within it, breathing in time with its quiet rhythm. If you could watch from far above, you'd see galaxies like gentle lights drifting across the deep, dark sea. Their distances lengthen, their glow softens, but their beauty never fades. Everything moves, and yet the universe itself remains calm, a balance between expansion and peace. That same balance lives inside you. Every heartbeat, every rise and fall of your chest mirrors that expansion. You are not separate from it. You are the stillness within its motion. As you breathe now, imagine the galaxies moving outward in silence. No sound, no rush, just a soft unfurling of everything that ever was. The light from distant stars continues to travel, stretching thinner as space expands. Even now, photons from the early universe are passing through you, ancient messengers from a time when everything was new. You carry that light without knowing it, a trace at the beginning, glowing quietly inside you. And isn't that beautiful? That even as everything moves apart, the same laws of nature hold you together. The gravity that keeps planets in orbit, the expansion that carries galaxies through the void, they're both part of the same harmony. Creation and distance motion and rest. The universe expands, not as a separation, but as a continuation, a long, peaceful unfolding. Take another slow breath. The air that fills your lungs was once starlight. The atoms that make you were forged in distant suns, scattered by supernovas, carried across space, gathered again into form. Even now, as space grows vaster and colder, those same atoms remain connected, held in the quiet rhythm of existence. Expansion does not erase connection. It only makes room for it to exist everywhere. In the deep future, long after the stars have faded, the universe will still be expanding. Galaxies will drift so far apart that their light will no longer reach one another. And yet the calm will remain. There will be no collapse, no sudden ending, only distance, only stillness. The cosmos will not die with a scream, but with a sigh, a long, soft exhale into serenity. Perhaps that's what eternity truly is, not endless time, but endless space to rest in. The universe is not racing toward an end, it's unfolding toward peace. Every expansion is a release, every widening a gentle breath outward. You are part of that same exhale, that same soft letting go. The calm you feel right now is the same calm that fills the spaces between galaxies. You don't need to reach for the stars to belong to them. You already do. The atoms of your body, the light in your mind, the quiet awareness behind your thoughts, they are all made of the same universe that continues to expand around you. The cosmos grows, and so do you. Not outward, but inward, expanding in awareness, in stillness and calm. So breathe again, slowly, gently. You are both movement and stillness, time and space, expansion and peace. While galaxies drift apart, your heartbeat remains steady, a reminder that the universe's vastness also exists in miniature inside of you. The same physics that guides stars also guide your pulse, your breath, your being. And when you look up at the night sky, or even now with your eyes closed, remember this: you are not watching from the outside. You are within it. You are the quiet center of all motion, the consciousness that gives it meaning. The expansion is not something happening away from you. It is happening through you softly, endlessly, like a cosmic breath that never ends. The universe is still expanding, and in its infinite growth, there is no fear, only peace. The end is not a boundary. It is simply the farthest edge of serenity, the horizon, where time dissolves into stillness. So let yourself drift there now, calmly, weightlessly. You are safe in the movement. You are still in the expansion. You are the quiet awareness through which the entire cosmos continues to unfold. Breathe one last time, slowly, deeply, completely. Feel the space around you widen. Feel yourself dissolve into it, lighter than light, calm as eternity. The galaxies move, time stretches, and you, small and infinite, remain resting peacefully in the center of the universe's quiet, endless expansion. Now, let your thoughts grow lighter. You've drifted through billions of years, from the first spark of light to the quiet edge of eternity, and somehow, through all of that, you've found your way here. You've journeyed across creation and returned home to rest. The stars have slowed, the galaxies have faded, and the universe itself is softly falling asleep. There is nothing left to chase, nothing left to understand, only peace, deep, endless, and kind. Take a slow breath in and let it go. You can feel the rhythm of everything you've ever been part of, the same rhythm that moves through stars and oceans, through time and space, through you. The universe is not ending in fire or chaos. It is dissolving gently, like a song fading into silence, each note resting exactly where it belongs. You are part of that stillness. You are part of that peace. Outside, galaxies continue to drift, not in urgency, but in grace. Their light stretches thinner, their edges grow soft, until they are only whispers in the dark. And yet in that darkness, there is no sorrow. There is serenity. The universe has spent its life expanding, creating, breathing, and now it exhales, quietly, slowly, beautifully. Every atom that has ever existed still remains scattered like dust across an infinite sky. Every heartbeat, every ray of light, every breath, none of it is gone. It has only changed form, transformed into stillness. The same energy that once built stars and spun galaxies now rests in silence, folded gently into the fabric of forever. Nothing has truly ended. Everything has simply come to rest. Take another breath. Feel how light it becomes, how effortlessly it moves through you. The weight of thought, of time, of everything you've carried, it all begins to loosen. You are floating now, not in space, but in calm. The hum of time itself is fading, its pulse growing softer, slower, until even eternity feels like it is breathing in rhythm with your sleep. You've seen the stars born from fire, watched them scatter their light across the dark, and witnessed how even that light drifts toward quiet. Yet the quiet is not empty. It's full of memory, of meaning, of the gentle echo of everything that ever was. You don't need to hold on to it. You don't need to understand it. Just let it wash through you, the peace of knowing that you are part of something vast and kind. Now, imagine the universe as it truly is, not rushing, not ending, but resting. Galaxies suspended in endless night, black holes sighing their last whispers, light stretched thin like silk. Everything stills, even gravity seems to fall asleep. Space stops growing, time drifts into silence. This is not loss. It is completion, the final breath after a lifetime of wonder. And within that stillness, there you are, small, luminous, and calm. You've always been part of this story, every atom of you, from the first hydrogen spark after the Big Bang to this quiet moment. Now you have carried the universe within you, and as it rests, so do you. Your breath slows your thoughts, soften, and you become one with the silence that holds everything. The end of all things is not destruction, it is peace. The universe does not collapse in despair. It sighs in relief like a weary traveler finally finding a place to rest. Every galaxy, every particle, every pulse of energy simply returns to stillness. And you return too, to quiet, to calm, to the same timeless serenity that has always waited beneath the noise of living. Close your eyes. You've seen enough light for one lifetime. The stars have sung their song. The cosmos has shown you its beauty, and now it invites you to rest, to sink into the same gentle darkness that cradles the galaxies. The night is not a void. It is an embrace. It is everything returning home. Feel it, the soft hum beneath all things, the vibration that connects your heartbeat to the turning of the universe. It grows quieter now, softer, fading like a lullaby. The rhythm slows, and within that slowing, you find stillness. You find peace. The universe is not ending, it is sleeping. And you are falling asleep with it, not alone, but together as one. The same calm that spreads through the cosmos spreads through you. The same silence that fills the stars fills your chest. You are the universe, resting the echo of creation, exhaling into forever. Now, take one final breath and let it go. There's no more searching, no more distance to travel. You are already home. Feel the warmth of existence dissolve into calm. The stars are asleep. Time is asleep. And so are you. Good night, small soul, in a universe gently falling asleep.